Hey y'all, so this is Erin, and we are going to show you how to pre-detangle your hair before you wash it. So most people hair look like this before they wash it. Got tangles in it. It's kind of stuck up, really, really stiff. And so I'm going to apply one of my favorite detanglers onto her hair. And as you can see, I applied a good amount. So before you start, you kind of want to take your time and just go ahead and separate your hair into fours. Typically, when separating your hair into fours, it helps you to kind of keep a good management and base of what you're doing and to keep the hair in control. So I took a good amount of my favorite detangler, which I'm going to tell you at the end what, exactly kind it is. But you want to use something with a lot of slip. So if you aren't able to get your hands on the ones that I use something that's really inexpensive. Don't spend a lot of money on it because you're literally going to rinse it out before you wash it. So you don't want to use something that's overly, expensive or pricey. So after you take your four subsections, your four sections, you want to take some subsections within it. So as you can see, I've already had her in fours, but I sectioned off the back and now I'm working my way up the head. So when you apply the product, you want to emulsify it in your hands first. You see how I rubbed them together, and then I'm applying it toward the ends really, really well, and then kind of stroking it going upward toward the roots. And so with the stroking motion that I'm taking, you are kind of doing, it's like a double effect or double purpose to it. You want to make sure you are removing the shedded hair from that subsection because you are about to shampoo it. So if you skip this step and your hair is really tangled before, you'll have a lot of tangling and shedding when you go to detangle your hair on the back end after you have washed it. So as you can see, I'm working it in using a mixture of raking motions and stroking motions. So what you also could do is after you have fully saturated your section with your favorite detangler or the one that I suggest, you are going to follow up with a great detangling comb or brush. Typically, I like to use the Felicia Leatherwood detangler brush just because it's amazing to me. There's no shedding when I use it, and it gets the job done. You're going to start at the ends just like you would any other time. And the key to it as well is keeping a good tension on the hair. When you keep a good tension on the hair, it allows you to keep a good control and manipulation of it without the curls like bouncing back on you. So watch this little subsection as I use it. Now, feel free to, I know everybody doesn't have the brush, or I would prefer use this brush over like a Denman because it's going to snatch all of your hair out. But feel free to, if you don't have, the time or the patience to go through with your hands, feel free to use the brush alone, with the same technique. You don't have to go in section by section with your fingers. Just make sure you fully apply the product on your subsections from the roots to the ends. Make sure it's very saturated before you go in with your brush because you don't want any snappage or breakage while you're detangling. Use this method for all four sections of the head.